Hey guys and gals, this is Nick coming to you from my workbench, and I've got another faction focus for you for Kings of War Vanguard. And tonight I decided to make my faction focus be on the Abyssals. So let's crack this guy open and get to tearing into all this. Now, as usual, we're gonna get the bags out, the bases. It looks like we've got some 25 millimeter bases in here. Wonder what that's gonna be for. We have one cavalry base. We've got two plastic sprues. The sweet box of resins. The cards. The 4 additional power dice, and just like with the other ones, it's 2 reds, a blue, and another white. And here's the rest of the 25 millimeter, the last 25 millimeter base, and the last 2 cavalry bases, and an empty bag. Now, I'm kind of bummed because there's no 40 millimeter base. I'll explain that to you later. But just like the last video, let's break into the cards and we'll check out what the Abyssals, or the Forces of the Abyss, however you want to say it. Let's look at what they have at their disposal. Now, as always, we start off with the Warband card with the special ability, and their special ability is Fury. You can pay 1 power for it. Use the ability when an Abyssal model retaliates in a fight. The Abyssal model gets 2 bonus dice to the attack. This special action may even be used on a model that is already activated and fatigued, allowing them to retaliate as normal, but without the additional 2 bonus dice. This special ability may be used any number of times in a round. So that's the Abyssal's faction ability. Now, here's the faction spell card. These spells are only available to spellcasters from the Abyssals. Okay. The first one is Torment, which is a short spell, range 6. No dice roll is required to hit the target. The target must take 2 nerve tests. For each test that is failed, the target suffers a wound with no armor roll possible. That could actually be very lethal. And then Immolation, and this is a long spell. No dice roll is required to hit the target. The target suffers 1 automatic hit. If a wound is caused, the target suffers another automatic hit as the flames continue to burn. Repeat this process until the target is either dead or the flames are put out by a successful armor roll. That could be nasty too. And here's our first grunt card. It's Lower Abyssal. It's an 8-point grunt. Its speed is 5, melee 5+, armor 5+, nerve 5+, 1 wound, height 2, and it rolls 2d8s in melee. We get 1, 2, 3 of these cards. And then here's our first warrior. It's the Abyssal Guard. It costs 14 points. Its speed is 5, melee is 4+, no range, a 4+ armor, a nerve of 5+, wounds of 2, and height of 2. It's got crushing strength 1, regenerate 6+, melee 2d8. And there is 3 of these cards. Now on to the next grunt. It's the Flame Bearer. It's a 9-point grunt with a speed of 5, melee of 7+, range of 5+, armor armor 6+, nerve of 5+, 1 wound. It's height 2. It rolls 2d8 for ranged attacks and 1d8 for melee. It has the firebolt. This model has a ranged attack with range 9, piercing 1. And you can spend 1 power to get leaping firebolt. Use this ability when this model makes a ranged attack with firebolt. Spend 1 power to boost the ranged attack by a further 3 inches from 9 to 12. And the boosted attack remains at piercing 1. So it's 1 power to add 3 inches of range. That could be useful. 1, 2, 3 of these cards. And then on to the next warrior. It's the Succubus. She's costing 14 points. She's a speed of 6, melee of 4+, armor 6+, nerve of 5+, 2 wounds, a height of 2, and she rolls 2d8 in melee. She's got the special ability called Fatal Attraction. While within 3 inches of 1 or more models in a warband with this rule, enemy models suffer a -1 modifier to their melee attacks. And I'm banking on we're getting 3 of these cards. Yep, 3 of these cards. And then right up to the gargoyle. The gargoyle is an 18-point support unit with a speed of 7, melee 5+, armor 6+, nerve of 6+, 2 wounds, and height 2. It's got fly. It regenerates at a 4+. That's actually amazing. And it's vicious. Vicious means when you roll a 1 for a melee roll, you can re-roll that. Regenerate 4+ means you, at the start of every activation, after you lose a wound, you roll a die. In this instance, on a 4+, the gargoyle would regain 1 lost wound. Fly is basically just like it is in Kings of War. And the gargoyle rolls 2d8 in combat. 1, 2. Only 2 of these cards. Yep, only 2 of these cards. Now on to the Hellhound. The Hellhound is a 19-point support model with a speed of 7, melee 5+, armor 5+, nerve 5+, 2 wounds, and height of 2. It's got smash, which means, I believe, when you charge into combat, if you score any wounds in that first round of melee, the model is knocked down. I already told you what vicious is, and these guys roll 3d8 in combat. And you get 1, 2 of these cards. And here's the imps. They are a 13-point grunt with a speed of 6, melee 5+, armor 7+, nerve of 6+, 3 wounds, height 1. They've got vicious, swarm, and stubborn, and they roll 3d8 in combat. You get 2 of those cards. Now, we're on to our first command model. This is the Tormentor, or Abyssal Champion, as they're also known. He's a 44-point command model that adds 3 red power dice to your power dice pool. He has Inspiring, Vicious, Regenerate 6+, Crushing Strength 2. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to do the stats. He's Speed 5, Melee 3+, Range 5+, Armor 4+, Nerve 5+, he's got 3 wounds, and a height of 2. I would have wished he had more wounds, but with the Regenerate 6+, you're gonna occasionally regain a wound. Remember, this is based on a D8 system, so anytime you roll a 6 or more, you regenerate a wound. But unfortunately, that regeneration rolls don't get exploding 8s. Now, for melee, he's rolling 4d8 in combat. Now I have to get an Abyssal Champion. Okay. He's got the special ability Demonic Roar. It costs 1 power to use. Use Demonic Roar when the Tormentor is the target of a melee attack. Before the attack roll is made, the attacking model must take a nerve test with a -1 modifier. If the test is failed, the attacking model's melee value becomes 7+ for the remainder of the turn. Okay, that's actually cool. That's a way to manipulate your opponent. So now we're on to our next command model, the Seductress, which we had. I believe she's one of the resin models. The Seductress is a 45-point command model, and okay, a point more than the Tormentor. 45-point command model, adding 2 white dice to your power dice pool. I think that's actually, just that alone is worth 1 more point. She's got a speed of 6, melee of 5, melee of 3+, no ranged value, armor 5+, nerve 4+. She's got 3 wounds. She's height 2. She's got fly, stealthy, and vicious. I'm starting to notice that a lot of the Abyssals have vicious, which is rather useful. Rerolling 1s in melee, that could be key, especially when you're hitting on 2s. Hitting on 3s. So you're rerolling half of your misses. That's awesome. And she's melee 5d8. She's definitely well worth the 45 points. She's got the special ability Confuse, which costs 1 power. Use at any time. All outnumbering bonuses for models attacking this model are ignored for the rest of the round. That's actually rather good. So you're never outnumbering her as long as you use that Confuse. And then she also has the rule Fatal Attraction. While within 3 inches of one or more models in a warband with this rule, enemy models suffer a -1 modifier to their melee. Oh, this is cool. You hide her behind your... Yeah, this is definitely cool. We're definitely going to move on. And now on to the third type of Succubus in this set, the Succubus Lurker. She's a 24-point support model. She's speed 6, melee 4+, armor 6+, 4+ nerve, wounds on 2. She's got a height of 2. She's got scout, sneaky, stealthy, and vicious. She rolls 3d8 in combat, and just like the Seductress, she's got Fatal Attraction. And you get 2 of these cards, and you actually get 3 of these in the PVC plastic bag. Here's another one of our resin miniatures, the Abyssal Warlock. The Abyssal Warlock is a large spellcaster, so this takes up one of your large slots, and it costs 35 points. It's got speed of 5, melee 6+, ranged attack of 5+, armor 4+, nerve of 5+, 4 wounds, 3 a height of 3, regenerates on 6+. That's cool. 1d8 in ranged and 2d8s in melee. Although as your spellcaster, you really don't want to get this guy into melee too much. Okay. Alignment is evil, of course. Okay, the spells he has is Fireball, which is a short, Hammer, which is a long, and Mindstorm, which is a long. He's got the special ability Range Boost that costs 2 power to activate. Use this ability to increase the range of one of the caster's spells by 6 inches, where a range is specified. The range boost must be paid for during the caster's activation just before the chosen spell is cast. Okay. And last 2 cards, guys. We've got the Helican card. The Helican is a 29-point support model. This is basically our cavalry model. It's got a speed of 7+, melee of 3+. A speed of 7, not 7+. No range value. Armor 4+, nerve 4+, 3 wounds, and a height of 3. It's got 6 sense, crushing strength 1, and cavalry, and it rolls 3d8 in combat. And here is the last of our command models. This is the Helican Blood Mask. He costs 42 points. He adds 2 red dice to your power dice pool. He's got speed of 7, melee 3+. No ranged attack value. No ranged attack value. Armor 4+, nerve of 4+, 4 wounds, and a height of 3. He's got 6 sense, crushing strength 2, and he's got cavalry as his special rules. He's rolling 3d8 in melee, and his special ability is Expert Rider. This model can also claim the +1 melee attack modifier for its cavalry special rule against targets of equal height, not just those of lower height. Okay. These are all rather cool. Now, let's break into the hard plastic sprues. We're gonna go into this one first. This is the lower Bissell sprue. This also makes flame bearers, but when you get this, guys, you're going to be getting a flame bearer in each of these bags. So I'd use this and just make 5 of the lower Abyssals, or maybe 4 lower Abyssals and 1 flame bearer. Your mileage may vary. But right here is one of the shields, is all 5 of the shields. Right here, you've got one of your flame bearer. This is what the flame bearer arms look like. And they got quite a bit of flame bearer arms. This is actually a cool weapon. It kind of looks like some sort of brass knuckle things. Some torsos. More arms. The drums for the drummer. There's the banner. Here's a 2-handed weapon if you want to give one of your lower Bissels a heavy weapon. You can use that. You got a nasty pitchfork, heads. Now, here's why I'm upset that you don't get a 40mm base with this warband, because on these sprues you got an imp right here, and an imp right here, and I think there might be a 3rd imp. Not just 2 on this sprue that I can see. You get imps. You need a 40mm base to run imps. So it would have been nice if they included a 40mm MDF base. Luckily I've got a 40mm, an extra 40mm base right. extra 40mm base. Well, I've got an extra 40mm base somewhere, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to make myself a base of imps. So this right here is your lower Bissell sprue, which means process of elimination. For the Kickstarters, they also came with a Succubus sprue. Here's the Succubuses. They basically come in, there's 5 Succubus on this frame. You're going to have 5 legs, 5 sets of legs, which is 1, 2, 3, and there's should be 2 more legs, 2 more sets of legs. Oh, here's a two-piece legs. Okay, and there's another. Okay, there's the 5 legs. Then you have torsos, heads. These I actually like, these weapons. The blades, the like forearm blades, those are cool. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any like two-handed weapons to have heavy weapons for your succubuses, but you can add these little whips onto them, all sorts of blades. You can make these girls look pretty nasty. There's the first imp. This one's really cool, just like the other bat imp. There's another imp right there, right here. Let's see if we can get it to focus in on that imp. But this one is actually my favorite of the Abyssals. It's just a little winged devilet. Yeah, there's only 2 imps on this sprue too. So 4 imps. I'm gonna make myself a base of imps. That'll give me another option. Now let's get into the PVC plastics. Now, right here is the horse for the Helican, and or the Helican blood mask. Here's the rider for the Helican. Here's the rider for the Helican right there. And there's a bunch of little pieces, parts in this bag. I'm not going to mess with that. But right there you can make out one of the wings for the gargoyle, which the gargoyle is right here. But oh, it's not a wing for the gargoyle. The gargoyle wings are right here. Right here. Here's the gargoyle body. I swear to God, the detail on these guys is phenomenal. So right here we've got the blood mask. We've got the blood mask. We've got the gargoyle. There should be 5 models in here. Let's figure out what these are. Here's the flame bearer, which actually goes onto this thing right here, and it looks like it's hovering on flames. That's cool. This looks like it's the shield for the blood mask, to be honest, which no it isn't. It's probably the shield for this guy right here, which is the Abyssal Guard. Yep, it's the shield for the Abyssal Guard. And that's a pretty badass looking shield, if I do say so myself. Here's more pieces and parts. Right here we got another sprue of pieces and parts. We got pieces and parts all over the place on this. Where's the hellhounds? There was supposed to be hellhounds in here, wasn't there? No. These guys didn't get hellhounds. Never mind. Might have to pick some of those up from Mantic too. that'll be a different time. Here's, I think this is either for the, this is a what looks like a heavy weapon for, is that the Abyssal Guard? Hold on, let's find the Abyssal Guard sprue. Or is it, no, it's the, this is for the Abyssal Guard. This thing, I believe, might go on the Blood Mask. No. Okay, and here's the Succubus Lurker, I believe they call him. Here's the main body for her. And that's pretty much all the PVC pieces right here. I'm going to move on. What I'm going to do right now is bag up the cards, and then, which I may wind up regretting later because I might need the cards to identify one or two of the resin models, but I digress. We're going to bag these up, and then we're going to move on, bag all these pieces up, then we're going to move on to the resins, because that's what everybody's here to see. These beautiful, beautiful new Mantic resins, because these resin miniatures have been my favorite parts of all these unboxings, because Mantic has really outdone themselves with this. Actually, why did I bag up the cards? I'm just going to put it in my card box, but okay. I digress. And we're... Okay. Now, we've got a 40 millimeter MDF base. I know what that one's for. I think a 20 millimeter. Yep, a 20 millimeter base, and then a 50 millimeter MDF base, maybe. Yeah, 50 millimeter MDF base. Interesting. That'll go on the bag of bases. Okay, now on to these sexy, sexy resins. First things first. Okay. Actually, we didn't get a card for that, did we? Did I miss something? Because I just saw a model, and I didn't see a card in here for the model. Oh, yes, we did miss a card. We went right past it. The card that we missed is the other large model, the Spoiler. He's a 37-point large model. He's got a speed of 5, a melee of 4+, an armor of 4+, a nerve of 4+, and 5 wounds and a height of 3. This guy's a big, big boy. He's got regenerate 6+, smash, steady, crushing strength 3. Now, if I remember right, steady is if you're about ready to get knocked down, you roll a d8 on a 5+, you don't get knocked down. In melee, this bad boy is going to be rolling 48s, hitting on 4s with crushing strength 3. He's going to be a beast in combat. Yes, he is. Okay, I'm glad I found that card because I forgot what the third one is. Okay, now right here, we're going to start with this little devious harlot. Am I saying that right? Oh, she's actually on a sprue. That's a first for these models. And this is the... Oh, no, she's not. She's just stuck up against her wings. And how do her wings go? Like this. Oh, that's cool. This is the Succubus Seductress. She is one of the command models. If you want to run an all Succubus army, this is your girl. This is your leader model right here. And she's a little bit of a heartbreaker. Look at the hearts that she is holding. Now, when they showed off the render of her in the update, somebody in the comments of the update asked if they could put more clothes on her so she could be appropriate for him to teach members of his youth group at his church how to wargame. It's a succubus. They're meant to look slutty. I actually found that really funny. Now here's her wings. And I think as per the renders, they did add a little bit of clothes because I don't remember this being here and this, but I might be mistaken. That update was so long ago. Here's her melee hand with the cool little forearm blades and her devil tail. She's got a tail. Yes, she does. The tail goes right there. Okay, so this right here is your Succubus Seductress. And I think this way I don't damage my wings, because the wings have this little thing right here that I want to keep intact, because I think that might be, yeah, we're gonna, because these are going right into my dice bag, we are going to put her in her own separate bag. This way the wings don't get tangled up, and we're gonna make sure we put her on top of these two big guys. We're gonna save the despoiler for last, because he is just hella cool. The detail of these resins is phenomenal. GW Failcast, eat your heart out. Okay, first things first. Here is, this guy's the Warlock. He is your spellcaster. The Warlock sits on this. What the heck is this right here? Oh, this guy's going to be fun to try and build. Here's the actual Warlock. And this guy's so powerful. He makes this really big, looks like one of those old school Molochs. The Molochs from way back when. This throne sits up here. I'm not going to be able to show you because of these two big honking piece of resin on the bottom. But the throne glues up here, and the Moloch walks around, and the Warlock casts his spells. Oh, I got him sitting up there, and the Warlock casts his spells and just shoots all the spells with this guy walking him around. And you've got these two holes right here. I don't know what they're for, to tell you the truth. I don't know if... Oh. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at a picture of this, but Here's your Warlock. This guy's definitely cool. And it looks like two different types of resin because look at the Moloch and look at the actual Warlock. The Moloch is definitely a lighter resin. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. So there's your Warlock, 2 resins down. Now it's time for the big guy. Here is the Despoiler. This is his main body with tail. And he's got 4 beefy looking crab legs. This is his crab arm, which this goes on right here, I believe. This goes in, or is it right there? Well, this guy's got a big crab arm. This basically is a big, nasty walking crab. Here's 2 of the legs. You're going to have to play around. I'm sure certain legs go to certain places. Yeah, like this leg goes here. This one goes... Okay, here's the 2 rear legs. And it looks like it doesn't matter. And once again, darker piece of resin, lighter piece of resin. I don't get it. I don't know if they are using... Mantic use 2 different types of resin for this. Or does this go there? I'll figure this out off camera when I build it. After I build all these models, I am going to be doing other videos to show them off because these resins alone are beautiful. Okay. No, there's... Okay. Here are the 4 crab legs. The torso. The tail. That's the neck. This is the actual crab arm, which might go there, or... No. This arm goes there. Okay. This arm goes there. The crab arm goes right like this, I believe. Yeah. And once we get that piece of flesh and bridge out of there, the crab arm will go on. And here's the head of the Moloch. This guy's a nasty freaking big strong crab. More flash. Okay, the Mantic resin isn't without its flash, but the flash cleans up easily. So that's a huge bonus. Okay. Why did we... Oh, yeah, that's why we popped that out. Okay. Just losing my mind, I was like, why did we pop the power dice out of the bag? Because I wanted another bag for the Seductress body. Okay. And this is the Despoiler. Well, that's it for this video, guys. This is all I got to show off. This was a little bit of a longer faction focus for this game. Almost 40 minutes, so we're going to wrap this one up. Come on, guys. Follow me on Instagram under the name Broken Legion of Gamers. Pop on over to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter or at Legion Broken. And then jump onto Facebook and sign up for the Facebook group. It is the Broken Legion of Gamers tabletop gaming community. If you like what you see, subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that bell icon so you'll be notified anytime I put up any videos in the future. And as always, guys, support whenever you can. Support local gaming. Here at the channel, we support Toy Wiz in Nanuet, New York, on Route 59, right across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts. You guys have a nice night. This is the only video today. It's late. I'm going to bed. See you guys tomorrow with probably either the last of the faction focuses. Bye, guys.